So local authorities in Zanzibar initially said that Ashlee took her own life, but you guys released a statement saying that her death was suspicious. What do you think happened?
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from the embassy in Zanzibar. They said the investigation is still ongoing. That they have not determined the cause of death yet at all. An investigation is still ongoing and still pending right now. So there has nothing official has been released. That's what we're trying to find out. We just want answers.
What was it that the hotel initially told you guys?
That Joe McCann, who she was traveling with, had that he had found her and that they had taken her to the hospital.
We just think it's very odd that our daughter is traveling with Joe and we don't hear anything from Joe. To me, that's very odd. And initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's very odd. 11 hours later,
11 hours.
Something had transpired and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay and she was stable and she was okay and don't worry about it.
But that she was at the hospital.
Yes. 11 hours later.
So have you spoken to him since, and what has he been saying?
There has been no communication here.
Was there any footage? Did you look at the footage? Did you see the footage? These are things that's very important to us. These are things that can clear everything up. It gives us a timeline. It lets us know what happened. We have not seen or heard or even anything about any kind of footage surveillance. These are things that we need to know.
Did you guys ever think that Ashlee had any mental health issues?
I don't think that's farther from the truth. If you go through her page, everything, she's a beacon of light. She likes being in the limelight. It's like being in the camera. She was an influencer. She loved her family.
She loved her family.
She loved her family.
Okay, so that was Ashlee's parents. Clearly, they're suspicious of her fiancé, Joe McCann. There's so much swirling online, but let's go over what we know to be true so far. Ashlee was found unconscious in her villa, rushed to a local hospital where they later confirmed her death hours later. Tanzania police said the incident took place on April 9th. The couple had an argument earlier that day and were separated into different rooms by hotel staff before she was found. Why would hotel staff need to separate the two of them? It must have been pretty bad for them to make the determination that they needed to be apart. Or did they ask to get separate rooms? That's a question that they need to answer for us. Ashlee's mother told ABC that her daughter had FaceTimed her after the engagement. She was happy. And then just the following day, the fiancé, Joe, called to say something had happened and that Ashlee had done something to herself, but he didn't give any specific details. Okay, weird. Her mother says McCann called approximately 11 hours after the incident. The family also learned of her death from the hotel staff, not directly from McCann, which is odd. And I feel like he didn't say anything to them or probably want to get into detail, because if he did do something, the more you talk, the more you lie. That's easier for you to get caught up in your web of lies. And, he probably wanted to be cautious or careful not to say something. And, because they're already saying they're conflicting reports and conflicting information. So he probably just is playing it safe and not saying too much so he don't get caught up in his lies. That's how I'm seeing it. Her father told TMZ that McCann has gone radio silent since her death and has not proactively reached out to them, is basically MIA. The family released a statement saying there's an active investigation into the circumstances surrounding this suspicious passing, and they're working with the Zanzibar officials. Now, I told you guys yesterday, I was reading articles and learning about their local authorities there, and that there's a lot of corruption, and if a person has enough money and he's white, that he could possibly buy his way out of this. So I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping they do the right thing, but I don't know, somebody told me the FBI was on top of this case, but I don't know how much jurisdiction the FBI would have in another country. So I don't know, I have to look into that. So this is where I read another article from the BBC, and this is where things kind of shift for me, where I'm a little confused as to what's really going on. They're saying, the Tanzanian authorities are saying that he is not currently facing charges and has not been accused of any wrongdoing. But the article that I read, there's 2 points that I thought were interesting. They said the partner of U.S. influencer Ashlee Robinson that died last week has had his passport withheld. So the local police, in my opinion, he's a person of interest. Not saying that he's a suspect. I don't know how it works in their country, but if they're holding his passport, that means he's being detained. They're not letting him leave. So that's a big red flag. They're saying that he's working with the police, but he's speaking as a witness and no arrests have been made. Now, in their country, he may be a prime suspect, but maybe they operate different than we do over here, and they just may not be letting the public know. Again, active investigation. He's not allowed to leave because they're holding his passport. That to me means they know something is happening. The Zanzibar police had earlier told the BBC that Robinson had attempted to take her own life. Now, so if they're saying she attempted, then that means was there an earlier incident? And as we read into this report, it's going to raise some more suspicion. So don't forget that. What does it mean that she had attempted? Zanzibar Police Chief Benedict Mapjura told the BBC that the couple were reported to have had a misunderstanding, prompting them to separate them into different rooms. But the hotel did not confirm those details. They also said the case was... Now, this is the part I want you guys to listen to. The case was reported late last Wednesday at a nearby police station after hotel staff raised the alarm over a guest suspected to be suicidal. And y'all know what that means. I have to change the word for YouTube. So this makes me believe that the hotel staff are saying even before the incident occurred that she appeared to be suicidal. Why didn't they take her to a local clinic? Why wasn't she under observation? This is very weird. So many questions about that, right? Are they making this up to cover? Is this a cover up? Was she really suicidal? Because if she was, then that means, okay, they noted that she was and she carried it out. She may have attempted to do it before. Or is this misinformation because he paid them off? Based on this account, there would have had to have been something to make them believe she was suicidal, right? Had she already self-harmed? Did he stage it and finish it off? I don't know. It all sounds weird, especially because they're saying she's suicidal, right? But also they're saying that they had a altercation big enough where hotel security had to separate the two of them, put them in different rooms. So what are we saying here? That's conflicting information to me. She wanted to harm herself. However, they noted that they had been in a situation, an argument so bad that they couldn't even be in the same room. Which is it, you guys? Like, we're not buying it. Something is weird. You guys jump in the comments and let me know your thoughts about this. Do you guys not see this? Was she suicidal? You guys are saying that this woman was suicidal and that she did it to, and possibly did it to herself. It's also been reported that there was such a big altercation that they had to be separated. I'm not buying it. But anyway, you guys jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.